conversation
These
and
are lovely
hello
ladies from Cosmic Crone Conversation. They are wonderful ladies. They live in Cyprus. Yeah, I'm showing my hair. It's so long and tired and hot. And they live in
Get your
Cyprus.
spray. Get your spray.
I swear, here
See,
it is.
we was in your position a couple of months back. Oh, maybe
Yeah.
just a month ago.
Yeah.
Now it's gone.
That's why I put
Oh.
my jacket on.
I know, but I miss that weather again because I need the cool air and it's just suffocating right now because our air conditioning died. So we gotta make fun.
Well, I just wanted to start off by saying
Yes,
I was just scrolling through YouTube one day, and then I seen this lady, and I thought,
she shocked me.
oh, what are you on about? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? And I just had a look on, and I will say, I just loved your approach.
Oh, thank
that it was so authentic. You know, sitting at a
Again.
table or in your chair.
And Marie's gonna
And
make
I
me
just
cry
think-
again. But thank you for this. Keep going.
Yeah.
You know, without the palaver, no offense to anybody who does
No,
all the
I don't think they
nonsense,
would. Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I'm not
But
an
you were just
influencer. Yeah, I'm not an
normal.
influencer. Yeah.
It's being stripped back to
Yeah.
natural, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. And then what you were saying, I felt so. It was intimate. It was like you were talking to me, but you were talking
Thank
to
you.
a collective, a massive.
Thank you. Thank you.
And and then that's when I just went, you know, never give it a second thought. Put
She's gonna
can
make
we
me
do
cry
a
again.
collaboration?
She's gonna make me cry
No.
again.
Yes, I've heard what
Hi, Warrior Girl,
your
honey.
conversations offline.
Yeah, and it's so that's where it all started.
Yes.
So I thought we were
Yes.
like-minded people, and
Yes.
we've seen your collaborations with the other ladies, and I'm so sorry I don't know their
No,
channels.
it's okay. Betty is BJ Esoteric Musing.
Yeah,
BJ's.
I've joined.
Yeah, she's lovely.
Yeah.
And
I think we should put.
she's my sassy version of me. And then you have Loretta, who's absolutely phenomenal, like a natural healer, crazy intuitive, just doesn't realize how good she is. And then it's hers is Mother's Tarot, and she's like, I'm still learning. I'm like, you don't need to learn that much, but she's like, but she's still taking the time she needs. She's quite astute, you know, with that. So yeah, but they could take this, whatever this is, they could take it. So I was like, all right, bring it on.
Oh, we're taking it. We're running with it. You know,
you guys are funny.
Yes, so that's like to introduce ourselves.
Yes,
for
please.
People.
And you guys do readings as well too. You don't just have like really cool conversations. You actually do things like readings for people. It's not like a one-hit wonder with you guys, which is really cool.
Yeah, we do. I'll be honest with you. Why not plug it? We've got a cosmic vibe. Yeah, cosmic
I'm
vibe.
You do it.
Which is for all your ambient needs.
That's
there
right.
You go.
There you go.
And then we've got the Cosmic Crone Conversation, and we've also got what we got?
Cosmic Sisters Tarot,
and that's where we do one card readings, and you do
pick a card, pick a pile reading.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. I like those.
To check them out. And then homing it back to us, it was and you. It was just the fact that we just thought we could just chat. We could talk.
We're on the same level with stuff. So
easy.
Today we're going to talk about Atlantis because it's for us being in Cyprus.
Northern.
Yes. Ooh, but there's a lot of story with Atlantis being in Cyprus. Yeah. Because the Mediterranean wasn't what it was. Sorry if I cut you off, but the Mediterranean had a lot more land and less water. There was a great flood multiple times on the planet, and one of them was when it flooded into the Mediterranean.
Yeah. Cyprus has been underwater at least 6 times.
Yes, it has.
Over thousands
of
years.
That's cool. I didn't know that the number, but that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
6
so it
times.
shows you. I mean, it is really small island. You could the north side, because we are split.
Yeah.
The north side, not getting into politics, but
no.
The north side, you can probably drive around the whole of the north in a few hours.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean the whole island,
Waterfall from one end to the other.
the whole island combined is so mythical, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. The
Interesting.
historical stuff here with the castles in the mountains. There's quite a few actually.
Yeah, but in terms of like if you look on the map, like doesn't you're right, I use my hands all the time. Marie is the one. Marie told me all the time. Look, she's one of the classes, not the red hair. But she goes, look, you're always using your hands. Yes, I am. I'm always creating something energetic. It's like
I'm
like
surprised
a weird.
I'm not. Oh, yeah.
I'm always moving my hands. Yeah. If you look on the map and you look at the land under the water, you're right, because even Cyprus and certain islands that come off of Greece, whether it's Greece or Turkey, whatever the country is, I know their politics is politics, and I feel for all of them. But the reality is, the land was like a smaller isthmus of water. It was like an estuary. It wasn't so much right. It wasn't just like a big mass of water. It was a small estuary of water. Where it wasn't like you can get across within, let's say, an hour or something less.
You can see Turkey on a clear day.
Right, that's what I meant. Right, something like that. Does that make more sense?
Yeah, and then to the right we have Syria.
Yeah, Syria. Yeah,
Palestine, and then so Greece is quite far from us on to the left side.
Right.
So we are surrounded by land.
You're right.
Which is nice. Yeah.
We were talking about when we've spoken. Have you spoken in text about Atlantis or that?
We did speak a little bit. We had a chat tonight, didn't we? That went on forever. I think until my battery died and I was in bed. Because we've got Salamis ruins, which are Roman ruins, and they go out into the sea. They do. And you was talking about multiple Atlantis.
Yes, there were multiple Atlantis sites.
Yeah, it really makes sense. There's a city underwater in Dwarka.
Yes.
India.
Yep.
You know, and they've got their own legends.
Mohenjo-daro.
It's real because we found it.
It was Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro was one that went underwater. They have movies about. I saw this Indian movie about it, and I was like, "Oh, interesting." But it's and I think it was like the story of how the Indus was created or something, or the Indus was just growing. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it's one of those flood situations. Oh yeah, my husband's saying you could see Haifa in Israel from Cyprus. Right. Right. Yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder whereabouts on the island though.
Yeah.
Do you know? Is
what
it
part? What part?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably
Is it Oren?
Yeah, it's my husband. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Oren. Again.
He set this up. This is the only reason we're live.
Oh yeah. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be sitting here.
Oh no, nothing would be going. Warrior Girl's fantastic. She helps all the time. She's one of those like superheroes in the YouTube community. I'm giving you a shout out, Warrior Girl, if you're still here. Because she's amazing. She helps everybody. She helped us out with a live as well. Yeah, she does a lot of I was gonna say the people that stop the bad trolls on the
Thank you, Warrior Girl.
We do have rubbish internet quite a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
It takes time to upload. Yeah.
And I would imagine, because it's also it's you're kind of like in a weird time zone as well. Like you're in GMT, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's
+2.
Plus
but
2, yeah.
Turkey doesn't change their clocks anymore. So every other half.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then
that's why the timing was weird. I was like, when I did the timing, I got it off. A moderator. There she goes. She knows the lingo. I have no idea. But yeah. So Atlantis was this. Like what I was trying to say was, Tina, was this, that we have. Some say there was an island in the like called the Indian Ocean, but it's not. That connected Sri Lanka. It's like the Ceylon trade, like the Ceylon tea, like it's just Sri Lanka to Africa, and Africa would have that connection as well. So that area had a massive piece of land that also did go under. Ah, she's in New York. She's a New Yorker. She's like me. Hi, girly. um, and so the reality is this. I hope you're safe in New York. I don't know if it's cold over there. I think there's something going on. I'm not sure. But if you are, be safe. There was an island there that once connected it as well that had more, just like like a space. Like my face is the island, and here's India, and there's Africa, like that. And I think what's down here is not. Is this Madagascar or what do you call it? Jeez, Mauritania. Is it Mauritania or Madagascar? Want something that's down here. Yeah, I know. It went over my head too. I completely forgot it. But there's an island that's down here that's kind of below Ethiopia and Eritrea and like Sudan, like kind of like the bottom end of the horn of Africa, like the curve on the inside. And that connected from these two spaces, these two islands. So island, big island, hop island back into India. So when they saw trade was massive. You think chilies.
Yeah.
Chilies came from it's South America.
Spices, I was going to say, and everything. Yeah.
Like if you think of food, stuff like that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hello,
Bless you, honey.
we've got dogs with us. We've got 11 dogs here, so
It's all fine. That's all good.
Yeah, we've got one of the oldest shipwrecks in the world. In one of our castle museums here, and I think
That's
it was
amazing.
like a Viking ship. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's what they say. The Vikings. Well, see, now thank you for that. You just filled in a hole. The Philistines were. Wait a second. So I watched this archaeological fun thing. The Philistines were from Mycenaeans. The Mycenaeans are for Cyprians, and the Cyprians had the tall, muscular. I'm not muscular, but muscular. These like gosh-like beings. Like because they were so massive and physical, and their physicality was not what you'd find in the Mediterranean. I'll just say it that way. They do not look like normal, let's say, Romans or Italians or Greeks are normal, like short people. Like we were the short people, the dark, hairy, short people. I'm saying we because I'm a Mediterranean / African, so that's just gonna play. So it's when you do that, they were the tall ones. So the ancient Egyptians, right? The pharaohs, the not so friendly pharaohs, the ones that were more, let's say, reptilian in nature. Yeah, like now we're going star beings, but yes, the reptilian types. They employed them as mercenaries for hire, like muscle for hire. Yeah, they employed them. They brought thousands of them over to a strip of land between Egypt and not Ashkelon, lower than Ashkelon, where it is in Israel now. And that's where what we would call, I'm not going to say it because it's going to ping on YouTube and everyone's going to freak out. And I'm not getting political. I'm just speaking history now, right? This is just flat history. This is archaeological DNA stuff.
You go, girl.
I'm just going. I'm going to speak in code. You got to get the code. I'm not going to go there, all right? I'm just going to say Philadelphia Gate. Built by Egyptians is the bottom end. I'm not going to go any further. I'm so sorry. I feel for everybody there. Don't get me started. I'm not going to go there. So many personal feelings on that one as well. So what happens is they brought them over. This is historically found, by the way. They brought them over at a certain period of time. I don't even know. 1,000, 2,000, 1,000, no less than that. Something like that, 1,000 years. Between 1,000 to 2,000 years ago, less. Right? Because there were indigenous people to there that were from Canaan. Not of Canaan, Canaan. And they were mixed. As far as I'm concerned, what I'm hearing is they were all refugees of different areas.
Okay.
Because what they are, if you call it refugees, or you can call them just people that just randomly ran and walked around as nomads. Same thing with Göbekli Tepe. What happens when the island of Atlantis falls down? I can go into the detail on that too. In the Atlantic, and I will in a second, because it's all interconnects. Yeah, it all connects. And if you don't mind me going on, I'll just describe it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we have a little bit of the idea of the mercenary now in the Philistine area. So now if you have the Vikings there kind of settling there, that makes 100% sense now, because then the DNA would have mixed then the people would have been dark and like light and just ridiculously handsome, good-looking people. Don't get me started. Come on, the combination is ridiculous.
It is a
Ridiculous.
good combination.
I don't
yeah.
care what sex you go for, intersex or not sex. That's not fair. That's just a not fair combination, right?
Yeah.
So that's what they did. But they were physically strong. They were taller than the average person because the Vikings are taller. Now that makes more sense. They brought them over as the muscle, and they muscled
Yeah.
the area of the indigenous from the people in Canaan. And next to Canaan was the Ammonites, and I'm not sure above them. I don't know if it's Hittites or Shwukatites or Pukatites and Makatites, and I don't care the Buckatites, whatever the Hites, all the ites,
Yeah.
all the Tites, the Hittites, Shittites, Pukatites, whatever. They're all there. I can give a crap whoever the excuse my language, but you're there. You're just there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So these people would come into the land that's called Canaan, and they would just be accepted, and they would just melt. That's why it's such a melting pot period. Nobody knows where anything comes from. The Mycenaean, which is a Cyprian end of it, came through with the Minoans, right? The Minoans brought that over. That's why they have like that deity with her boobies sticking out and her hands like that. Do you know, like sideways hand? Yeah, you know, like
that's a great, yeah, description, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's graphic, but that's what it looks like. Like you look at the fertility goddess, figure, and she's gorgeous, hefty woman, but with no head, no no feet, and you're like, why? Because that's a woman. That's like the woman body. That's a true woman, because that's
proper lady,
fertility. That's life. She's giving life. So they're honoring the life. So what they do with a Mycenaean woman, she's like this, but she's not always the nicest or the nicest being either. Just giving you off the bat, she was not the friendliest. No. Minoans weren't, so
yeah.
No, don't get there. So Göbekli Tepe, if you notice, they'll have colors in the paint. If you ever I'm sure you'll see this. If you see red, white, and black, these are the colors of the Atlanteans. See, then it clicks, right?
Yeah,
so if I say that, that's where you'll see the colors. So you'll see them in certain areas, even in Troy, as they say Troy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Göbekli Tepe is about 12,000 years old. As far
12.
As
it's 13.
Even
13 to 14. Right.
They were capable of having dyes then, but they have found red and blue.
Red, yes.
Yeah.
See the reds,
Yeah.
but if you see the red, then the blue was more of like a blackish blue because they used coal and it would fade. Right. So that's the color. These are the colors, and the white is chalk or limestone or whatever granite they can grind down. So these are the colors they would use. Now they have it. I'm so happy you confirm that. So that's what they have there. Now I'm going to start. Everything's coming so fast. Okay, I'm just telling my higher self to just kind of synthesize it for 2 seconds. Sure, it's easier, biteable, like chunks, so we could get. Okay, Big Island. Okay, all right. Who knows this movie? I know you guys know this movie. You may or might not. How to Train a Dragon, and they say it's up in Iceland, and that's real. That's not fake. That was real. There is a place under that has crystal. That's like the crystalline grid. When we say crystalline grid, that's the grid. That's the grid. Yeah. That's the entrance to the inner Agartha network underneath the crust of the earth. And you guys have spoken about this. Yeah, I've seen your videos. Mm-hmm. And so when they did that, that's real. So all the dragons are there. Dinosaurs are there. Don't get me started. They're everything. There's the coolest, there's some really lazy pieces of poop down there. And there are also some very friendly beings down there. And under Telos is in Mount Shasta in California. And Telos is the name of the place for the Pleiadians. So every place on the earth has markers. We under Australia we have reptilians under here. I'm so sorry, everybody. But we have some reptiles down there. But we have some other things too that balance it out. So we're not completely devoid of a balance here. So every part of the grid has a balance to balance it, of the beings underneath, and they all work in peace. If you did not match the frequency of peace, and I mean collective peace, like we can accept you for your differences peace, not kill you and take your energy peace, then they cannot enter. So that's one. And because of it, under Atlantis, just by saying that, now imagine this is the Atlantic Ocean, this hand's the Atlantic Ocean, go under it, and what's in here under where I'm pointing to my hand, is that network, but under here is that crystalline grid as well. So in the center of it, of the Atlantic Ocean, like in the center of the Pacific, hint Hawaii, we'll just say that one more time. I'll get to that one. That's Lemuria.
Sorry, we didn't hear you.
What was that? That was what? No, that was Mu. But Mu is Lemuria, and that's Pleiadian, and that's completely different. We're not talking about you beautiful beings. We're talking about the other side. The side that got corrupted because it was matriarchal. I know you've guys spoken about this. It's matriarchal, completely matriarchal, about 10 to 12 different women in charge, 10 to 12 different areas. Now, the island was massive. Now, imagine this. The top of the island fell with a ring of volcanoes right across on a diagonal. That's what I'm doing. Like that. Boom, 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 boom. Do you see that? From Iceland to Georgia. Yes, you see where I'm going?
Yeah.
And then if you see and then if you stand over here and you're like Portugal and Spain, and then you're talking about the rock, is it Gibraltar or
the
walk, the entrance into the Mediterranean. What do you call it again?
You're too worldly, boys.
See, my partner, he's not here, he's flying back to the UK, but he was in the Navy.
Yeah, you probably know all these places.
Yeah.
Okay, Atlas. Yeah, Atlas held up the Earth there. You know where they say Atlas held up the Earth? There. It's where between Spain. Aha. Now you're showing me the map. Spain and Africa. It's that place, and it's right. But now the curve of Africa over here, where all the slavery started, really, unfortunately, sadly, towards the triangle trade. And there's the Canary Islands. The Canary Islands are part of the last pieces next to Bahamas.
I actually
Bermuda.
About the Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda and Bahamas. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's the remain of it. So what happened was you had one big island. The Canary Islands is another. You'll see remnants of it on there. And Colossus of Rhodes, where was it? That's a good question. Where were the Colossus of Rhodes also? So that's a kind of the same story, where something welcomed you in. And a lot of shows, like, I don't know, Game of Thrones or whatever, they did that too, they showed that stuff. So what happens, half the island, more than half the island, like this, your fingers of the island, volcanic eruption. Now what happened was, all around, there were about 10 to 12. Notice it's not 10, it's mainly 12 is the magic number, the universal number. Because it's 3. The world works, the universe runs on 3. 4 is grounding, 3 is foundation or catalyst. So what happened was crystal all around. There's one central crystal, one down here, which is Bermuda and Bahamas, like we were just saying, right? And up here is where the ice was. So what happened was natural causes destroyed half the island, more than 2/3 of the island. And that sunk. Yeah? I know, is it so cute? I love it. Keep up teaching you, gorgeous. Hello, gorgeous. And then hello, Polly. Delicious. Look at all the hair. You're making me hot. Polly, you're making me hot. And then the bottom of it that remained was like a bump and a bunch of islands. And so one of them is Bermuda, Bahamas, and what's down here? Right. So the Bahamians are one of the last remains of the Atlanteans that connected this way towards the Americas. And for 20, I don't know if it's 20,000 years or 10,000 years, but a ridiculous amount of time, because of the actions, it was a slow burn. They started with the matriarch, and they slowly, as a collective, lost sight of their divine, like divinity, their the light within themselves, how they're equal with nature, they're kind and they're generous and all that, and then I'm gonna say it again, not so friendly beings.
Do you think they had the technology and we've gone backwards again, because there's always like.
Well, they give us. They're the ones with technology. Yes, they're the technology
Because you
ones.
keep mentioning crystals, and what does all technology use?
What? So yes, okay. Okay, so
Technology, the phone we're using, the computer we're using.
okay, yeah, so crystals are. Crystal is granite. Mainly it's granite. Granite is what we call a quartz. A quartz is something that is in everything. Quartz is the strongest. It's a 7 on the Mohs scale and Mohs scale for stones. Gosh, when I start preaching, I preach. Sorry, guys. Enjoy it. Just gonna keep coming in this roll. Yeah, but that's a good question. So when the technology is like, there was also a cartoon called Atlantis from Disney, right? And they had 2 versions of it. And they had that ship thing that she plugged in a crystal. Yeah. And it didn't go fast. It went like, what, 30 miles an hour? Max? 40? You weren't supposed to go fast. You were just supposed to move. You know, what's the point? Like, you're just gliding. Ooh, you just got tired. Let's glide. You know, that's the point of it. So yes, they had that, but it was conscious awareness that created the crystal to, like, you can activate anything and have an inanimate object and be like, this is so, let's say this is my crucial thing in my whole life right now. It is, I put so much love into this bottle because of the heat, but guess what? Oh, might be your internet warrior girl, I'm so sorry. And if I'm not coming in, pop in and pop out, you might be able to see better because warrior girl's saying her internet's funny. It could be mine. So we'll try it. We'll see both ways.
Could be ours, yeah.
It could be yours as well, yeah. So Atlantis was in pieces. So for 20,000, 10,000, something like that, ridiculous. You thought the dinosaurs were disappearing because just like that one big thing? No, it's systematic, slow, bloop, 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 bloop. You know what I mean? And it would hit constantly, and they would begin to slowly heat up the earth till it's a greenhouse effect, as we call it. It would get so hot, so much in the air, blocking, like it would be like that thick of thickness, like the heat that I feel in this bedroom would be like that in the atmosphere, and that would block the sun at some point. And then at some point, then it got cold. So you got a cold, you know what I'm saying? But because you still had meteors still coming through, the asteroids kept coming, and it just annihilated them. And at some point, let's just say the Galactic Council out there was like, enough is enough. We're not going to block all these meteors and asteroids from hitting this planet. We're going to just let it in because we need this to end. Because that was when they started making the platypus. No, you shouldn't be messing around like that. You can do, now this is part of Atlantis. They did experimentation, but they didn't not consciously do them. It's the side that was looking for power, that lost sight of themselves, that did this. So when you think of Egypt and they do those cross-human things and birds and animals and, you know, Anubis, half-dog, like all that stuff, that's a no-no. You have to allow the amoeba to grow from its nascent sense to grow to its most advanced on its own, but without interference. You can intervene and help and send like another like nugget of oxygen, nitrogen, carbon. You know what I'm saying? So the amoeba sort of grows in like cellular, multiplication, but it doesn't mean that you had that the other way around. You have to allow it to happen. You have to allow them to do it.
Sorry to interrupt. Have you got any questions?
I was just looking at our notes because we were looking up facts yesterday, and there's actually this place in the Sahara Desert that's got all these rings, and from space you can see it. Nobody knew it was there until
if I had a sand blower, it would blow your freaking mind. Like, you'd be like, that's where this temple was, that's where this empire was, that's where this pyramid was. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, keep talking.
Listening to us and watching us, just get this, that this isn't like a little piece of information. This is a vast piece of knowledge, isn't it?
And when they say disclosure, this is what they mean with disclosure, because these are the roots of humanity and how humans became humans. Because nobody wants to know that we were tampered to be made. I'm just going to say it, and it's not comfortable. The sooner you get comfortable with it, good for you. Because I finally got comfortable with it. We were tampered to be made.
Yeah, I haven't thought of that word. You know,
And Plato mentioned Atlantis, but researched it, and he actually got the information from someone else, who said he had a wall in Egypt.
Right, but that's it. And then if you look on the walls in Egypt, you're right. If you look at them, I think
he just fabricated the story to make his empire, the Greeks, fantastic, and they spoke Greek, but the history of Atlantis was thousands of years before Greece.
Okay, I'll give you times. Yeah.
He fabricated. He made up stories. Really,
Atlantis is about anywhere from 50 from the birth of 60,000 years ago from the first Atlantean island, give or take. It's an amazing thing too. The people from that were in Atlantis came down here as well to Australia, so Aboriginal people. So if you think 60,000, that's conservative. Yeah. Bermuda Triangle, like you're saying, one of the crystals in the temples literally unhinged from its base, and then you have an actual temporal, what do you call it? A temporal portal that is off its balance. And everything now is out of whack. So anything that goes in there will go through another time and is looping through time and is now in a different dimension period. Good luck, but you're never going to find them again. They're not coming back. Some of them go into space, some people go, you have to I'm not allowed to go any further. There's
lots of things we hear mystical from Libya, don't we?
Yes, Libya has one. Libya has Tunisia is another area. It would be like, are you kidding?
What? I was trying to remember Eastern Africa.
Tunisia, Libya, Liberia, Mali was one of the oldest and most prolific, profoundly powerful empires the world has ever seen.
I do apologise, I'm just interrupting. Aaron's just letting us know that he's having trouble.
Who, me?
No, he said it's very hard to understand what he's saying.
Oh no!
Well, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Absolutely.
Is it saying, or do I need to do this? Is that better, everyone? Mikey, you better write back.
Breaking up so bad.
Oh, sorry. Okay, we're gonna do it this way now. Is that better?
We haven't got anything. We've just got the phone.
It's jumping. Oh, it's jumping. Why is it jumping? See, I told you it sounds so. It sounds so funny that you know what, we're gonna try this and see if you can hear me without it. Ready? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Let's hope it's loud enough. Oh my
All three of us are breaking up.
You
know what I think it is? I have a feeling it's also the topic, because this is not something that is light and fluffy. And like I said, sorry, thank you for telling me, honey. I appreciate it. And also husband face. The fact is, this is not a light topic.
No, you know what? We've got to get the link for this, because I think I feel this is going to go off.
I get the feeling that there was power and material and that ego. There was quite a lot of ego there.
Yes, and they meaning those that watch remotely. They're warned not to watch me anymore. So if they are still doing it, I will just do one quick thing, everybody, while I get my cute big belly going down here. Hear that? That's my belly. Can you? Yes, we can hear each other perfectly. That's the funny thing. That's a great question, Warrior Girl. Yeah, and I'm the highest volume. So, right, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna try to do this and see if I can move this. 2 seconds. Now you're in the ceiling. I'm just gonna there you go. Now you're going to get straight face to face, and I'm going to go directly. I'm going to actually try to manipulate the internet right now because I've done this before, but I told you I ziz the electronics. So it says edit. I can't edit. It's live, monkey face. I love you. Hold on.
But yeah, what I was going to say as well.
I love him.
There is that when I first knew about Atlantis and things like that, and the bloke went down. Do you remember he was doing the diving?
Gosh, what's his
I've
name?
forgotten his name. But the actual buildings, you know, I just can't get over how the constructed stuff. You know, when I first knew about
complex drainage systems. Yeah,
I hear everything you're saying. I'm not hearing you.
This was the Dwalker one.
the world.
Yeah, watching last night.
Yeah, that was really interesting. And yeah, anything else? Because I want to bring some. Yeah.
Yeah, but
What
what
is
is
it?
the
Plants? Oh, yeah, the abundance of plants and
very
zones.
fertile lands.
Yeah, very fertile areas.
There's interference as you guys are talking. There is actual interference as we're talking right now. I can feel them. I can feel them. So give me 1 second. Hold that thought. I heard everything you said because it has a connection to how the Romans had aqueducts, but it was also ancient.
Yeah, so I can actually feel something behind us.
Okay.
Above us.
Yeah, so let me just do one quickie thing because I'm going to. They think because I'm hot and all pissed off, but I'm not. No, thank you, Warrior Girl. Appreciate it. I'm just gonna hydrate myself just to give them a little get out of my space, and then everybody just deal for 2 seconds. I'm so sorry. You didn't think I had that one, did you? Huh? Yes, I do. Back away. Oh, I'm gonna make that one bigger just to scare you. You need them both? All right. I'm talking to them. This is how we have conversations. This is what I call them cosmic conversations. Gaia, thank you. Gaia, thank you.
Okay, enough as well.
Thank you, Source. Oh shit, the dragon came out. All right, whoever's around, you do run because my dragon comes out, and my dragon comes out. You're not going to be living very long. Bye. Okay, continue your question.
Yeah, right. See. Now this is why we got in touch. This is why we got in touch. Just to break this just a little bit, because you're absolutely amazing.
I've just cleared us. I've just sort of done a bit of protection, and all of a sudden I've got a burst of flowers.
Oh,
white
cool.
flowers in particular.
What flowers?
Because we were talking about being fertile.
Yeah,
not us being fertile.
No, that's long gone.
Fertility. Yes.
So I was getting white flowers through.
Yeah, white. That's the color. White. Yeah, it's white. It's definitively white. It's always white. Always. Yeah.
And what's funny is I didn't do anything you two did, but all I thought was I was like a gatekeeper kind of thing.
Yes, that's what we
Do you know what I mean? I just stood here ready, like, okay, who's gonna go first? Somebody, you get me? And that's how I felt.
Yeah, they're kind of pissed.
Um,
They're pissed off that we're talking about this. They're like, she knows too much. She can't tell it. But this is what disclosure is. This is what we're here for. We're not here to hide the facts of what you've done. You've done it. Now we have to make peace with it. Wicked cool. So, it's kind of funny that Dragon is out. He said, "Oh, the blue dragon is out." Yes, it is. It's not. See, my blue dragon is very. All my higher selves that are star beings are stealth, and they're cloaked. So either way, you don't see them.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know they're there, but they're there for protection, like you guys said. So I appreciate that. So that's a good confirmation, because if it came off any other way, but I was like, that's why I said you really want both.
I just felt safe with both of you.
Yeah, the both is the avian and the dragon, and they're literally wing to wing holding the space, going back the fuck off.
Yeah.
We've got our own dragon. We'll have to send you some. We've got our own dragon oracle deck that we designed.
Ooh, see, that's my challenge. I love that.
And you can get our tarot and oracle decks from, I don't remember.
Cosmic Emporium. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Let me, when we're done with this, give me more details, because then I can figure out how to do my cards. Because I have like 10 decks in the works and I didn't figure it out yet.
Look, we all started off just going off the topic with tarot cards, and we was thinking, what can we do? And I just went,
what do we both love?
Not me, but chocolate.
Oh my gosh!
You know.
So we did a chocolate tarot.
Yeah. And then we did things like talking of fertile, and it is a plug, but I'm just saying, talking of fertile, we did plants,
cypress in particular,
that are native to here, and there was some birds as well, wasn't there? What I'm getting at is, it seems like we're encapsulating some kind of.
Do you know, we was both drawn to Cyprus, North in particular.
Yeah.
I was born in UK in London. I was never felt at home in London.
No.
I was always had horses, so I was always drawn outside of London. But here, I mean, I have been all over the world. I've been lucky. I've been to, different continents. But here, I always felt at home when I came here.
See, I
years ago, I used to kind of, when I was a lot younger, then I brought my kids, and then my mum and dad stayed, and then I stayed, and then my daughter followed. As you know, she's just had a baba who's fine, thank you. And it's just, I don't know, I seem to be drawn to historical stuff and the past.
But there's more to that, and you know it. You've been there.
Castle
it wasn't just Cyprus. You've been to that whole region of the world where in a past life you've been there before. Like it's not past life, it's synchronized life. But your synchronized life. One of my synchronized lives is in Turkey as well. Speaking of politics, but I was there at a very crucial time, and this is one of their beings playing little, shenanigans.
Little naughtiness.
They think they can play, but this is too big of an energy to schnuck around with. This is not the one you say, poke, 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 poke. You don't poke this one. You just don't.
Sorry to interrupt, but I was going to say, Oren's just mentioned that you're going to make candles.
Yes, I am.
What? Yes. Weird. Because we used to make our own soap.
I know. I was going to plug that you guys, that you make this amazing olive soap. And if we can get you guys more of a business, international, it'd be really good. Yeah, I am plugging it. I can plug everyone else but myself. So you plug me, I'll plug you. Go for it.
But we stopped making the soap because it wasn't selling very well. And we've got all these lovely molds, and I'm thinking, I don't want to get rid of the molds. What can we do with them? We could make candles because we've still got the oils, we've still got the plants, cypress plants from our garden. We can infuse them
There was one thing I was going to say about the soaps. You see, it was natural olive oil from here.
Yes.
Cyprus olive oil, right?
It was amazing.
And
That's
we were making sage, lemon balm. I'm just
anything from our gardens,
right
from
our gardens, yeah.
Do
But
that.
what was getting us was we actually went and purchased some like perfumey oil. Yeah. Everybody was coming along and going, oh, I like that one.
Yeah, everybody wanted the fake fragrances, and they're not ready. You know, like you said, with spiritual stuff, some people are just not ready to accept.
They're not. They have to wait. Yeah, exactly.
Nature and reality.
Right. But that's the thing.
Yeah.
With natural stuff, I wanted to do it too, but I'm afraid of the certain, like if you put a certain herb, I don't want it to burn. I want it to get coated with the scent for it to like fuse. So how that's the catch, you know? Like if you can get the essence out of the herb yourself.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Oh, they live in Cyprus, Warrior Girl.
Yeah, so we do Marie's infused plants into oil or into water.
Oil,
We use tea.
Boiled.
Yeah, boil it. Yeah.
Boil it. Oh, fantastic colours you get when you boil them.
That's it. Boil
and
them
it's not
down,
the
get
smell.
the flower petals.
No, it's not the smell.
Hibiscus.
You do get a nice smell. It's a nice natural soapy smell, isn't it?
But you can also do creams. You can do lotions with it. I've seen someone do lotions online with
we did shea butters.
I know.
Yeah, but it just melted.
We have to have refrigeration places and then transport it, and we just couldn't do it.
They were great, but it's not something you can do in 110 degree heat.
Yeah, I was just going to say about the soaps. Is that people, like you just said, people weren't ready. There'll be a time, Nicole. There will be a time.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
When people have had enough.
Yeah, this is to you.
I heard
you. Push you.
I'm just listening. It's doing the head thing again.
Yeah. Because everybody, I tell you what, this lady is amazing.
Stop. I'm crying again.
You know, this lady is amazing, and we don't want you to stop. We don't.
No, we need your wisdom.
Yeah, the collective don't want you to stop.
Yeah,
they don't. We just need to give you the encouragement to reassure you that you are thinking the right things and you are doing the right things.
I will.
And then about the soaps, is comparing it to you, is that it didn't take off. It didn't take off this time.
No.
It will at some point.
I know.
Something will.
But you know, when it does, it will freak me out even more because I am the most introspective. Like if you think of an introvert and you're like, oh, I see an orb. I'm the orb that says hi and flies away. Like that's me. I'm not the one that says, woo, look at me, look at my pretty colors. Like, no. Yeah, let's do the hair flip.
Yeah.
Hair flip.
No. Yeah.
It's not me. I can't do it. I need to be the person who's just partaking information, and then, like you see, you gave a detail that confirmed something from my end, and I said something like, "But yes, that makes sense here." And then, see, that's what that whole thing is. It's like
synchronicity, isn't it? It's synchronicity.
It is. You know, you said you're like, why did I move here in so many words with your statement? I was like, because you've been there. You know, I went to Turkey for my honeymoon, but then again, I didn't leave the hotel because I didn't have a good experience when I was there. So you have to know why. You know, like we could have. I wanted Cyprus for our honeymoon. It was $1,000 extra.
Well, you're always welcome to come and stay here.
Oh, thank you. And same here as well. Like if we go and visit family nearby in a controversial place, I'm so sorry, people, but it's true. We can hop over and see you from that side, hint, hint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
You know, like I can't.
I'll tell you a candle. Are you doing? Sorry, are you doing?
Go.
Are you experiencing a lot of insects, flies, or doesn't that go on?
It does here. That's the problem. The heat is.
Okay.
It does the same as it does in the Mediterranean, where the heat will call on any insect that grows in the heat. Yes, absolutely.
quick one. If you don't know, then I'll be telling other. I mean, if you do know, I'm telling
No, go
other
for it.
people.
No,
Get yourself, and I can only mention Turkish coffee because it's what I've used. So get yourself some a DIY kit, right? Quick one. Get some candles, maybe 3 or 4, right? Normal candles, white candles, right? Melt them, get the wicks out. When it's melted, add Turkish coffee.
Oh,
Pour it in, right?
powder.
Yeah, powder, Turkish coffee, because we burn Turkish coffee.
coffee.
And it gets rid of the flies.
And it's a nice smell.
Yeah, it's gorgeous, right? So you put the Turkish coffee in the melted wax, then you pour it into a container, obviously fireproof container. Sorry, you put your wick in, you hold your wick, pour it in. So you've got this coffee infused wax, and then you drop some cloves. Put cloves
Get out.
right?
Cloves.
And then you've got your wick, obviously. You let it dry and cut it so it's relatively okay to. And that I could make a fortune, couldn't I?
Yeah, I mean you can do it in a glass.
Oh, that's fantastic. I have molds that can do that, actually. I
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Decent molds.
Yeah, do it. I don't know about when I say normal coffee. Maybe normal coffee works, but I'm working with what I've got here.
No, I think the Turkish. There's something to the Turkish coffee, that it's different because it has a punch to it. It's different from the Italian.
If you was at my home now, you'd see there's a saucer, isn't there?
Yeah.
And when it gets too much, I just pour it into a pile and I light it, and it's like, oh God, the whip.
That is
because I love coffee.
I knew the cloves. I didn't know the Turkish coffee. It's a wonder what the coffee is made of.
I know. I mean, people, if they've got wicks, if they've got wax that they're melting 4 candles, they can't, I probably lost out on millionaire status now when I was putting that on the internet.
Wow. These are good ideas. I wrote that one down. I wrote that down.
It's nice to share stuff.
It is. I think it is. I have a question for Warrior Girl. Do you have any questions? Because she said it cleared up a bit. So if she has any questions, please pop in. And by the way, if you do want a fun reading, just for the general whatever, we can do that just for shits and giggles too. That's all good because they're all very talented themselves. So just know that you're in good hands.
And this is our first time doing a live as well, so hopefully maybe we'll do some more.
See, I started my lives being silly. Like I just went in going, you know what? And I'm so happy. Like that's why I'm bringing me to tears because I didn't want it to be pretentious and snooty and like I can't handle that because I just when you're there.
Yeah.
It's you're already bearing your soul as it is, so what's the point? Do it, but do it correctly. Do it.
I'm sure you've got some gorgeous scenery outside. Can you do some outside filming? In nature.
Go and sit somewhere.
And do
there's a problem with 8 legs. I would, but there's only thing like not on Cyprus. You don't have these. You probably have the snakes, but here we have the 8 legs. That's all I'm going to do. Don't say anything else.
We have really bad ones, don't we?
And these things down here literally take your life. So we don't. Well, to me it does because they scare the living boogers out of me. But we don't really talk about those things, and until I made a deal with them, they can make their happy little homes. They're stringy homes. All they want, just don't come in my space.
Okay.
I work with the Fae, and they do that. The Fae work with them, and they go, okay, we're gonna hang out there, and you do you, I do me. Like it's you do you, boo, I got my boo. Where this is our space.
Well, those obstacles that you face, right? Yeah. Get into an area where those obstacles are depleted
or
in nature.
Could you do a circle of something?
I could do it on the beach. I could do it on the
beach.
Yeah, I could do it
or like like a salt circle or something that they wouldn't.
I think we can definitely do it, and that's a great idea. I'd rather go do it by a beach, have enough power on the phone, like an extra charger just in case, and then just go there and do that, and then. If it's meditation or if it's whatever, and then just go from there because it would be nice in that sense.
That would be lovely to see.
You do it.
I will. Yeah. Challenge. See, there goes again. Crack.
Yeah. Whatever.
Now, Warrior
Well-
Girl has asked us for a general reading for the week. Now, ladies, it's up to you. You don't have to use cards. I know you both don't need cards. I think you're both intuitive. So you can either use a card or just feelings. Yeah?
Well, I can go and get the cards. I've got.
It's up to you. Or you
I've
can do
got
the cool
about
runes thing, because I was
10,000
watching the runes.
decks.
I know, the runes were amazing. Warrior Girl said your aura just blew up.
Let me disappear.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just go and do it. Just go and do it.
Because she knows I'm
Wow.
going to do it. That's why. She's like, okay, that's why. Yeah.
Yeah. Pardon? Dragon. Yeah, get the dragon ones for the
Get whatever ones you guys want to do. And then, because, yeah, I really like the runes thing. That was fun because I make my own cards and stuff too myself. So, and I kind of I love when people create cards, but
we was on about this, just getting some playing cards.
that's all I have.
And then I was going to write, myself. I was going to write some stuff and ask Tina to write some.
Yes, I think it's easier.
Thoughts,
And I got an idea from a friend not to do. Well, they were doing. They got a little deck of just the major arcana, and I don't really like the rest of the tarot. I just like.
Yeah, I'm into oracles more. Oh yeah,
me too.
These are our dragon deck.
There you go. So, Warrior Girl, you're getting a reading from the lovely ladies. They're going to give you a reading from the dragon deck. Both of you you're helping whether you realize it or not. So just say.
I know. That's why I'm keeping quiet. I think my strength is in shutting my mouth.
Yeah, your blue dragons there.
Go for it. I'm just gonna spray my whole body down as we're talking. There, that's water.
Feels like a flash dance video.
Oh, and yes, this is perimenopause, but honestly, I can give a crap. This is just too hot. So gosh, the major arcana. Yeah, I know it did. That's why I'm saying it's the Warrior Girl's right. The major arcana came first, and that's why. And they were all playing cards, like you were saying.
Before Warrior Girl, yeah.
You're saying, like you were saying, it was like the cards were all. They are playing cards initially. So the Lenormand cards. That's why I go for Oracle cards. But they were all. There you go.
Can you see that?
For you, darling. Warrior Girl, that's for you, honey.
Is that back to front?
Can you read that?
I can read
or is it backwards?
I can read it, yeah. Breakthrough in the shattered. Yeah.
In shattered fragments of limitation, a breakthrough blooms, lighting the path to boundless horizons.
Yeah, I was going to say, Warrior Girl, you've been waiting for something.
Now there's
give you a bit of confidence here to go and do something that you've really wanted to do, and I don't know what it is, but yeah.
Now I picked out the dragon cards, and for some reason,
oh look,
there's an alchemy card stuck in it in the dragon deck, which is nothing to do with the dragon card. So I'm going to read it because it's just there.
Yeah, you read it because it's too much.
So it's it's an alchemy card for gold.
Wow.
Okay, and if it's significant, there's a number 79. And the symbol is the sun, which is also Sunday. It's about the heart, perfection of mind and spirit, and success, like the tarot sun card. So it's good health and happiness, that one. So do you want to elaborate on those? No, because I know you're good at the oracle.
Well, I was saying to Warrior Girl, when you before we drew the breakthrough card. And I just want to do that before I carry on. Look how majestic you are, Warrior Girl. Look, that sun is either setting for you on something that you've worked hard to do, or it's going down on something to give you calmness, to know that you have done what you needed to do for the next step. Look how lovely that is. You're that dragon.
Great. It's that sun breaking through the clouds.
Yeah, that's you, Warrior Girl.
Yep.
And regarding the gold and the 7 and 9, I'll bring it into it like the 7 and 9. I don't see it as 79.
No.
I see it
7 and 9. It says 7, 6, and 9. Exactly right. 100%.
Yeah. 100%. So remember, we had the breakthrough with the sun.
Yep.
And look at that warrior girl.
The
Right?
sun, and
I'm
then
just-
the 7 and the 9. The spirit is spirit. Number 7 is going within with the spirit and being the soul that you are, the essence. And 9 is an ending, beginning, and it's exactly what you just said. One right on top of the other.
I've got goosebumps, and it looks like my dragon too. Oh, brilliant!
Oh,
Yeah,
Absolutely
and warrior
brilliant.
girl, I've been a high priestess. I was a high priestess actually in Turkey. Hint, hint. That's all I could say. But you were a high priestess as well, and I was a high priestess in Atlantis before it was corrupted about 36,752 years ago. They just told me. So it gives an idea. Like people get, their hits. That's how it comes. So if you're gonna listen to it. Like I have to listen to it. Like Marie's been yelling at me to be nice, and Tina's been telling me to keep doing this and fine. I get it. We have to do things we're not comfortable with. I always say the package sucks. All right. You don't have to like
Going
the
off
package.
that, going off what you just said with Warrior Girl,
Yeah.
as we say in Birmingham, UK, Bab, listen,
I love it.
right? Is that I just get this feeling that you may have been overwhelmed with support. You've been overwhelmed with it, and you just didn't know how to receive it.
She doesn't.
But
She's worse than me. You think I'm bad?
oh God! All right. Well, Warrior Girl,
Just saying.
pull your pants up and get on with it. It's time to get on with it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my lovely husband
Yeah.
has a question for you, ladies. If you're up
Oh,
to it.
oh, yeah.
where's that? Is it Do We Move? That one.
Yeah, that I will allow him to ask. Yes, that's allowed. Go ahead.
Do we move how or
Do we know how is it?
Sorry.
How or do we stay for now? Do
You
we
think do you move houses now or later?
Ah.
It's like when you type it in, it corrects your grammar and it screws it up, so it makes sense.
Understood. I was just trying to.
No,
I know
it has
my,
to be
my name corrected. I'm Tina, but my name corrected, autocorrect comes out as tuna. For some reason.
Mine comes out auto-corrected with a C at the beginning and T at the end, but that's another story.
Oh God!
I'll tell you what, if you can't have a laugh.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. Anytime. Let's see. I'm gonna read. Resistance. Stand on your ground. Believe in your strength. Beware. See, that's the problem. I don't know if we go or stay. That's what I hear. Yes, but no, but maybe, but
You
yeah.
want to hear what we've said about it, right? Go on. Stand your ground. Believe in your strength, yet beware the pitfalls of stubbornness. For flexibility can be the key that unlocks new possibilities.
So I have to wait for the right time. I got it now. I have to wait for the right thing for it to fall into place to say now's the time to go.
And my pocket. Look, I'm only taking the what's it off.
Look at my blue dragon.
Stubborn.
Blue.
Look at my blue dragon.
Yeah. And these are available on the Cosmic Emporium. Thank you.
They're lovely. It makes sense.
You know, do you know what? I think it's been lovely. Well, I don't think it. I know it's been lovely talking to you.
Yes.
And having conversations that, with the Atlantis, you've given us so much more information and lots of things to think about.
I hope I did. I just put it a little bit in. I mean, there's so much out there. Like when you hear, well, this was Atlantis, that was Atlantis, and they go, no, it wasn't. This was. Stop. Feel it. If you own it, like Warrior Girl saying, like I was in Atlantis too. I was, she was in the ancestry of it. It's absolutely right. So when you can find that you can make a connection to something, great. If you can't connect to it, that's fine too. But blind faith does not mean blind acceptance.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Right? So you can accept something. Oh yes, they have a page. It's the same as a cosmic cosmic crone conversation.
Warrior girl, write this down. Get a pen. A cosmic vibe for all your ambient needs. A cosmic crone conversation.
I'm gonna add it to the description after the live. They're gonna give me
And
all that.
also, what is it? Oh God, I've forgotten.
Cosmic Sisters Tarot.
Yeah, sorry, cosmic. So yeah, it'll all be there for you, warrior girl. I will not sit here and not plug. What's your blue avian? Your channel? Sorry.
Flavian. It's just
Thank
plain
you.
cosmic Flavian.
Yeah, I will not sit. I am blatant to push out information, to support people,
I know.
collaborate with people that, you know, that when I say on the same wavelength, I mean, we are a community.
We are. Yeah, on the same wavelength. That's the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I am a bit of a promoter, and I will go, right, yeah, you can get it from here, you can get it from there. Do you know what? It's not about that. It's about spreading a message, not the message,
Exactly.
a message.
And
then if it
slowly
resonates,
people will come to you who need it. It's the same when I do the readings. You know, if it's not for you, you won't find it. If it's for you, you'll find it. So when people are ready to accept it, they will find you. Synchronicity.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody watching or listening will go, they've watched a reading by somebody, oh, it's all loads of baloney. And the next day they'll come to it and go, do you know what? Jeez.
Sometimes you
Jeez,
go
that
away
really
and
is
think
me.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Exactly. So the discernment is the key. Exactly. So if you can discern, they just got back. So if you can discern what you really need from it, or what makes sense to you, like I heard someone speaking, and I was like, wait a second, that's off. But I understand this piece. So when I said something now, Tina said, oh, this I got, and then Marie said, this I got. Like the pieces have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
This has to be the motion of it all. If it's not moving in consistent, perpetual, energetic transmutation, you're not doing anything. You're just going, ooh, interesting. It's not going to get anywhere. Guys are right.
Pip.
I know that's in the back.
Nicole, it's been absolutely fabulous.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for Warrior Girl for being here, and whoever else.
Yeah, thank you, Warrior Girl, and Aaron. Thank you so much for contributing.
Yeah, absolutely. Without him, I wouldn't be here. And honestly, yeah, Warrior Girl, you have more than you realize. And like I have to face my own. You got to do the same.
Yeah, if you can dish it out, you gotta receive something.
You have to. Listen, you can't just be such a giver. I'm a giver too. This doesn't work. It was wonderful you being here.
It's hard. It's hard, isn't it, to grab that concept?
But it has to. But we have to do it. Because we're givers or not takers, it hurts. We get it, but we have to do it anyway. Because if you don't, nobody else will.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Right. So we're going to bid you farewell from a cosmic conversation from me, Marie,
and me, Tina,
and you, Nicole. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Shall we do the evil queen?
Yeah, do that. Oh God! Oh, something behind you. It's behind you.
Of course, we're so gorgeous and darling. Look at us, darling. We're so flashy, posh. Gosh,
look at me now.
Right. Says the husband, get your face out of here.
Hello, darling.
He's boiling. My gosh, I don't know how he's walking around. Okay. Thank you guys for
coming. As we say here in Northern Cyprus, Teşekkürler, Janim.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
guys.
you, darling.
Okay, now I'm gonna figure out how to go out. Let's see. I think it's the X. Hold on. I do this.
You just put faces till you go.
I know. Wait. What's my namaste? She's right. Now my namaste. Okay. Yeah, the dragon's still out there.